Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the completely fascinating biological reality of your digestive system. We're going to uncover exactly why you might be feeling so sluggish, heavy, or just generally out of focus. But more importantly, we're going to talk about how to fix it naturally, using the built-in tools your body already has. Because what's happening inside your stomach right now is basically a complex biological ecosystem, and learning how to manage it will completely change how you feel every single day. So let me ask you something. Do any of these symptoms sound a little too familiar? Do you find that your clothes feel super tight and uncomfortable after meals because of bloating? Or maybe you get that massive, unavoidable energy crash right around 3 p.m., where just keeping your eyes open feels like a full body workout? Or what about brain fog? That mental haze that makes it incredibly hard to just focus? Well, if you're nodding your head right now, I want to validate that for you. You are absolutely not alone. And honestly, these aren't just random annoyances. They're actually clear distress signals coming straight from your internal ecosystem. And the reason you're not alone is because you're actually carrying a massive community inside of you. You have trillions, yes, literally trillions of microscopic protector bacteria living in your gut. You can kind of think of them as your own personal microscopic defense team. But here's the catch. When these protector bacteria are starved of the specific foods they need to survive, they start acting out. They transform from your absolute best allies into a really serious internal liability. Now, this is the crucial part. If your good bacteria aren't getting fed properly, they get desperate. And when they get desperate, they begin literally eating your intestinal lining instead of the food you digest. Yeah, it's intense. This triggers a very real, very serious biological crisis that we call leaky gut. Once your intestinal wall is compromised like that, it causes widespread inflammation throughout your entire body, and that leads directly to the sickness, the fatigue, and the brain fog we were just talking about. This isn't just some trendy wellness buzzword. It's a documented scientific reality. But don't worry, to solve this crisis and totally reclaim your inner ecosystem, we're going to walk through 5 highly actionable natural steps: the street sweeper, the inner garden, the digestion clock, the stress switch, and finally, blocking invaders. All right, let's jump into step 1, the street sweeper, biologically known as the migrating motor complex. So your gut actually has this built-in street sweeping machine that is fundamentally essential for your health, yet almost everyone ignores it. Basically, your small intestine has 2 completely distinct operating modes: eating mode and cleaning mode. When you're eating, your gut is 100% focused on absorbing nutrients, meaning absolutely zero deep cleaning can happen. It's just biologically impossible. Cleaning mode only turns on when the biological street is completely empty of food. When it does activate, this powerful wave sweeps through, pushing undigested food, waste, and old cells right down into the colon to be eliminated. You literally cannot absorb and clean at the same time. Because of that, constant snacking is completely sabotaging your internal street sweeper. If you're always grazing, the sweeper never even gets to come out. For this cycle to even begin, your stomach needs to be entirely empty for about 2 hours. And once it starts, it takes another hour and a half to actually finish the sweep. That is exactly why keeping a 4 to 5 hour gap between meals is so vital. You know, when your stomach rumbles between meals, that's not always starvation. A lot of times, that's just your internal street sweeper finally getting the chance to do its job. Give it the time it needs, and you might just watch your bloating completely disappear. Moving right along to step 2, the inner garden. This is all about cultivating ecosystem diversity. We really have to change how we think about probiotics. Throwing a probiotic pill at a terrible diet, it's like throwing seeds onto solid concrete. You have to cultivate the soil first. And the magic number for that soil is 30. There was this massive scientific study called the American Gut Project, and they found that the single greatest predictor of a healthy gut is plant diversity. Specifically, people who eat 30 different types of plants every week create the absolute strongest, most resilient inner ecosystem. Now, 30 might sound a little intimidating at first, but remember, that includes seasonal fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, and even spices. A sprinkle of cinnamon, some almonds, chopped onions, all of that counts towards your 30. So why 30? Well, different bacteria prefer different foods, and their absolute favorite fuel is fiber. Diverse fibers are essentially the superfuel for your gut. When you eat a wide variety of fibrous plants, your bacteria ferment that fiber into these really powerful compounds called short-chain fatty acids. And those are the exact compounds that go in, repair that gut lining we talked about earlier, and actively destroy inflammation. So variety is literally the spice of your gut's life. Okay, step 3, the digestion clock, we need to talk about honoring your circadian rhythm. Because when you eat is just as crucial as what you eat. Just like your brain has a sleep-wake cycle, your digestive system has its own internal clock. Your body actually processes food the best early in the day, when your enzymes and insulin sensitivity are at their peak. But as the sun goes down, your digestion naturally slows down with it. This is exactly why you absolutely need 12 to 14 hours of metabolic rest overnight. If you're eating late at night, you're forcing your body to digest incredibly inefficiently when it really just wants to rest. The food just sits in your stomach longer, which causes gas and bloating. And worse, if your body spends the whole night working hard to digest a massive late meal, it can't focus on the vital cellular repair that keeps you healthy and energized. Give your system that 12 to 14-hour break to just reset. That brings us to step 4, the stress switch. Let's look at how to wire the vagus nerve. Listen, you could eat the absolute perfect diet, but if your nervous system is in the wrong mode, your digestion is going to fail, period. The vagus nerve is the direct two-way electrical wiring connecting your brain straight to your stomach. If you're stressed, and I mean even just that low-level stress from scrolling through terrible news on your phone while you eat, your brain genuinely thinks you are in physical danger. It locks you into fight or flight mode. When that happens, blood literally leaves your digestive tract and rushes to your muscles so you can run away. Your digestion switch gets manually turned off, so that healthy food you just ate, it just sits there and rots instead of digesting. Proper digestion only turns on in rest and digest mode, when your brain feels 100% safe. So how do we fix this when we all live such crazy busy lives? It's surprisingly simple, actually. Just walk through this 30-second breathing technique right before you take your very first bite. Step 1, just pause. Step 2, take some deep breaths, aim for about 30 seconds of focused breathing. And step 3, which is the most important part, make your exhales longer than your inhales. That specific breathing pattern physically stimulates the vagus nerve, and it manually flips your nervous system switch right back over to rest and digest mode. It tells your brain, hey, we're safe, allowing all your stomach acid and enzymes to flow exactly how they're supposed to. Finally, step 5, blocking invaders. Let's talk about eliminating daily toxins. We've talked a lot about what to add and what habits to change, but we also have to look at what we need to stop putting into our ecosystem. Every day, we're often unknowingly exposing our gut to environmental toxins that act basically like bombs going off in our good bacteria. First up, unnecessary antibiotics. Now, obviously, they are absolute lifesavers for a severe infection, but taking them for a mild viral cold, that's like dropping a bomb on your inner garden. It wipes out all the good guys right along with the bad. Second is pesticides on unwashed crops. And third, chlorine in unfiltered tap water. These chemicals just aggressively harm your microbiome. The fix is pretty simple, though. Wash your fruits and vegetables really thoroughly. Buy organic if it's an option for you, and just use a basic water filter to get rid of that chlorine. You've got to protect the garden you're trying so hard to grow. Okay, I want to leave you with the absolute most encouraging part of this entire explainer. Your gut lining cells, they regenerate every few days. That is incredible. It means you are not permanently stuck with the gut health you have today. Because your gut is constantly replacing its cells, the very moment you start implementing these habits, spacing out your meals, eating diverse plants, honoring your sleep clock, breathing before you eat, and avoiding toxins, your body begins recovering almost immediately. You can literally build a brand new gut lining in just a matter of days. So let's summarize this whole biological journey with this thought. Gut detox isn't about expensive teas, it's about respecting your body's natural system. True healing doesn't come from some trendy commercial supplement, a fad diet, or an overpriced juice cleanse. It comes from aligning with your own biology. When you respect the sweeper, feed the garden, honor the clock, flip the stress switch, and block the invaders, your body will literally do the healing for you. I'm going to conclude our explainer today with one simple question for you. What one change are you going to make for your gut today? Will you stop snacking and finally let that street sweeper work? Will you try adding 5 new plants to your diet this week? Or maybe you'll just take 30 seconds to breathe before dinner tonight. You have the power to completely reclaim your inner ecosystem, and you can start right now. Pick just one, test it out, and watch how your energy, your focus, and your digestion completely transform. Thanks so much for learning with me today.